right. Hey, you guys. All right, everybody getting settled in, and like 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. If there's any teachers here and you want to tell me what you say in your classroom, so that when I catch you chatting on the side, which I really don't like, I can snuff it out. Whatever it is you guys do, just let me know. I am just going to talk really, really fast tonight, and I just want your attention for a little piece of time. The more we do like this, the faster I can be done talking at you, and then we can have some conversations afterwards, and you guys can talk about whether or not the neighbor's mowing their lawn or whatever it is that you guys were talking about before that is so much more interesting than cleaning. And I understand that you did not really come here thinking that you were going to be cleaning. And I'm just going to tell you right now, when my neighbors brought this demo to my neighborhood, I would not go. So if nobody had to trick you into being here, yay. Because I was there was a coup involved when I went to my first Norwex party, and I'll tell that story at the end. But, okay guys, I like to tell people in advance, I am from the north and I do talk pretty fast. You have a couple choices here. If I'm talking too fast, you can say, hey, Elizabeth, for real, nobody can understand you, you can just slow down. Or I would prefer if you just tried to listen faster. So either way works, that's fine, but I do have a preference. So, hold your questions till the end, and we'll probably answer them, and I really am going to go kind of rapid fire, okay? Because this is kind of a learning experience, and I like to walk people through it as quickly and efficiently as I can. So, here we go. Okay, guys, first things first, I do start every party with my very, very goofy gratitude glasses, okay? I know they're embarrassing. I know you guys are embarrassed right now. I'm not embarrassed. These are green because what I do is green. I'm all about the green, okay? They are stars because I'm absolutely the best at what I do. And, no, it's actually true. And very, very humble. And the lenses are made of gratitude. You can buy these right on Amazon, and as soon as you put them on, bingo, life is just a lens of gratitude. So I'm just going to thank Jennifer, our host, for gathering us all tonight. I want to say that it just means so much for you to get your people together and put food out, and I just really have a strong belief, I'll say not until I started doing this job, that people are really better together. When we gather, we really experience something that we don't get shopping online. So I want to thank you for opening your home, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and spending your evening with me. Guys, if it is a small group, I do pass these, and I am I encourage everybody to say one thing that they're grateful for. And then I start. So guys, really quick show of hands, how many of you have never seen a Norwex demo? Okay, a couple. Okay, great. So, all right, here we go. So Norwex, for those of you who don't know, is the Norwegian experience. Okay, so do you guys remember Walk Like an Egyptian? You guys remember that, right? It's so cool. Well, this is Clean Like a Norwegian. It's not as 1989, but I think that you'll find that your children will pick on you less. So, okay. So I'm going to go through what we call the Safe Haven 5 tonight. This box is discontinued. It has been stepped on by my children, and my husband keeps telling me, please don't take that out of our house anymore and show it to new people that you meet. But I really like the box because it makes my job super easy. So I'm just going to tell you on the front, it says improving quality of life by radically reducing chemicals in our homes. Okay. And guys, I do want to share that when I say radically reduce the amount of chemicals that are in your home, I mean radical. It's been 8.5 years since my family has owned a chemical cleaning product. Okay, they are not in our house. You could come in my house and you could look under my kitchen sink and you could look in my bathroom and my linen closets. There are no chemical cleaners in my home, and the transformation for my family's health has been unbelievable, and I'll share my story and our journey at the end. But on the back of the box, it actually says, over 80,000 chemicals have been created in the last 50 years, and fewer than 300 have been tested for their impact on human health. So guys, this number is ever changing, but the reality is we're approaching 85,000 chemicals actually, and they're coming to market at a rate of 2,000 per year. The actual number tested, last I know, is 258, and they're getting tested at a rate of 2 per year. So 2,000 are coming every year. The EPA is bothering to test too, and human safety is not being considered, not in single-use chemicals and not in chemical combinations. So the United States actually has a total of now 10 banned cleaning chemicals for household use. Guys, our neighbors to the north, Canada, anybody? Okay, great. They have about 600 banned chemicals, and across the pond in Europe, they have about 2,400 plus banned cleaning chemicals, and we are rocking 10 over here in the US, okay? So, where that leaves us is at this point, when this box was printed, this says more than 200 chemicals have been found in the cord blood of newborns. We're up to 287 in the couple years it's been since this box was printed, you guys. That's almost a 50% increase in a couple of years, okay? So I am really quite passionate about what I do, and I do like to warn people at the beginning of my demo that, like, if you kind of think I'm being serious and exuberant now, like, there's sometimes I get to the end of a demo and I'm like, but really, you guys, you have, like, so if I get that way, you can be like, it's okay, we're all gonna use Norwex, it's fine. And I'll be okay, and we're all gonna be all right. So I'm gonna go through these 5 products. I'm gonna talk about our mop system. I will tell you guys how to care for these products. We'll play a little game. I'm gonna tell you my story, and that's how this demo is gonna go down, okay? So really quick, number one is a Norwex EnviroCloth, okay? This is gonna get a little Sesame Street in here, okay? Think E is for EnviroCloth, E is for everything, okay? When I tell you I clean everything in my home with this cloth, I mean my table after dinner and my counters and my stovetop. And if I spill wine on the rug, it's just this cloth and water. And if I get marker on the couch, it's this cloth and water. And if I'm cleaning the slimy fingerprints off the walls, it's this cloth and water. And when I'm cleaning the dog slobber off of a window, it's this cloth and water. And if I'm cleaning toilet seats, it's this cloth and water. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Does anybody have any idea what I clean with this cloth? It's everything. It starts with E. It's everything. That's all the things that I clean with this cloth and water, okay? Everything in my home gets cleaned with this cloth and water. Okay, so here's why. All right, first of all, people mistake the definition of clean. All right, clean is the absence of anything left on a surface, okay? Clean is when there's nothing left on the surface. So people think that they use chemicals to clean, but in fact, the process of using a chemical on a surface is called coat to kill. What you're doing is hoping to lay down enough chemical to kill any pathogens that are potentially on a surface, and let it sit wet enough, long enough to do that. But what you don't ever actually do is remove everything from a surface. And guys, just really quick, who has experienced wiping down, whether it's your glass windows or your granite countertops or your stainless steel, and you just cleaned it and then the light hits it and you're like, why is it looking so slimy and swampy, right? Like, it just is covered in residues. Or if you have dark wood floors, you know what I'm talking about. It's streaks on streaks on streaks. And that is because you're using a coat to kill process instead of a truly clean process, okay? So when I say you're gonna clean with Norwex microfiber, I mean down to the point of 99% of bacteria removed from a surface, which by definition does mean sanitized, okay? So the reason you can do that with a wet Norwex cloth, so just a Norwex cloth and water, H2O, is because of the fiber size. Okay, so microfiber in general is machined at 1/6 the width of a human hair. But Norwex microfiber is machined at 1/200 the width of a human hair. So you can kind of imagine 6 split ends. Okay, your mind can kind of get there. 1/200 is really almost impossible for me personally to imagine. Once in a while I have a guest who's like, I can imagine it, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, so good for you. So if we could unravel one Norwex EnviroCloth, we could start at the Canadian border, you guys remember, okay, and we could go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. It's about 2,000 miles of thread to make one Norwex EnviroCloth, and it is that tremendously tiny fiber with the incredible dense weave that gives it the mechanical ability to pull all of those microorganisms and residues, greases, oils, dirt from a surface up and lock them into the cloth, okay? Because as magic as those little tiny fibers are, and as itty bitty as they are, they have this like star shape. And the star shape locks together and just grabs everything and holds it, okay? Just grabs and holds. So then, all right, sounds like a good cloth, right? You're like, okay, I could use one of those. But it gets better, okay? So this cloth will clean everything, cleans all the things in your house. And then at the end of the day, you're gonna take it over to the sink and you're gonna rinse it with hot water, as hot as your hands can stand, okay? And you're gonna really put it through the car wash. You're gonna scrub it. And then you're gonna wring it out really, really good, and you're gonna hang it up to dry. And as your cloth goes from wet to dry, wait. I took this part from Gail, you guys. On the tag, it says backlock. There is backlock in this cloth. What it means is that Norwex products that say backlock are fused with micro silver, okay? And guys, back lock, I have to say it really slowly and deliberately because I am from upstate New York, so I have that kale salad kind of, it can come out sounding a little Aflac if I'm not careful. So it's back lock in the cloth, and so that silver, as your cloth goes from wet to dry overnight, goes to work purifying the cloth while you sleep, so that when you wake up, every time you wake up, you have a purified cloth. So it's a cloth. Are you guys with me? Are you tracking? It's a cloth that cleans everything, and then you go to bed and it cleans itself. Like, can you imagine? Like, as a mother of 4, I can tell you this is one of the most important things in my life. Okay, that's real. So, all right. So you're like, okay, Elizabeth, but what do you do with the cloth? Are you sure you don't need chemicals with the cloth? I'm pretty sure. So let's do a little test. I'm here at Jennifer's house, and I was afraid that to have, like a perfect party, like what if nobody brought raw chicken? Like, can we really have a good time without it? I don't know. And so I have some raw chicken with me, and I have some swabs, question mark? I brought a whole bag that I don't see. No? Maybe? All right. Maybe we're gonna pretend that we have swabs. So,
silver bag?
yeah. But maybe no. Maybe it's in my trunk. Okay, so here we go. Guys, I'm gonna take my raw chicken and I'm gonna plop it down on the coffee table. And we're gonna smear it around. And I just do this because I know that when I come into somebody's house for the first time and they've invited all their friends over, that they really appreciate it if I take raw food and just rub it around their home. So I think it's polite and fun for people. So I've got my wet and viral cloth. Okay, guys, I'm gonna use my cloth folded and not scrunched up. Okay, because folded, I literally have hundreds of miles of surface area, but scrunched, I diminish that significantly. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my cloth folded, and I am going to clean the surface. Okay, not like a Clorox wipe where if you read the back, it's like a 4-minute process where you just start with a clean surface and then you have to clean it for 4 minutes and then you have to wash it with water, and it's like you gotta watch it air dry and it's a whole thing. And if you're like, wait, nobody uses those like that, that's right. If you're thinking I've never used a Clorox wipe like that, then you've never used one right. And you're thinking, but lady, that's not true. I just want you to go home and read the backs of your chemicals.
Against the federal law.
Right. And so then I'm gonna, oh my gosh, it's green, right? So I would have done purple and now it's green and here we are. Okay. And people are like, what? Crazy. And I'm like, okay, but it gets better. Remember those little star-shaped fibers we were talking about? They lock that in so that I could literally wash myself with this cloth, and I cannot get that chicken from point A to point B, okay? Those wipes we were just talking about, those will indeed cross-contaminate surfaces. So if you think about your kid's classroom, teacher goes from desk to desk to desk, and this kid's got the flu, and now this kid's got the flu, and this kid's got the flu because they're not wiping every desk for 4 minutes, and they're not pre-cleaning them, they're not letting it air dry for however long, and they're not coming back and washing with potable water, they're not using them correctly, and so they just become a contaminant spreader instead of an actual cleaner, whereas this, you're really giving things one quick wipe. Okay, now I know that was a long time to spend on one product, but I think now that we've got the science out of the way, we can move on to number 2, and everything's gonna go rapid fire after this. So, EnviroCloth has a best friend, and its best friend is the window cloth, okay guys? But I like to think of it as more of a polishing cloth. You're gonna use this wet and this dry on any surface that you want it to be perfect in your home. Think glass, stainless steel, granite, mirrors, okay guys, glass cabinet doors, things like that, anything that you want it to be perfectly polished, all right? So wet EnviroCloth, dry window cloth, wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi, I still have a crush. Do you guys remember Ralph Macchio? Yeah, I think you do. Okay, so I would butter the window, I would clean it up, everybody would be like, oh, okay. And then I just say, okay guys, so when I do bathrooms in my home, and by the way, that's a lie, because I don't do bathrooms. What I was about to say was going to be a total lie, because I don't clean bathrooms. But when my children wash the bathrooms, this is the process in our home. Mirror, mirror, faucet, faucet, sink, and depending on what sink it is, I'll have them polish it up, drop down, baseboards, yes, I have 3 sons and a husband, and then if it's my little bathroom, just do the whole floor with this, outside of my toilet, up under the lid, the little hinges, you know, the seat and all of that. And guys, about as long as it just took me to show you that is about as long as it takes for me to clean a bathroom or my tub. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. This is gonna be your staples, and these 2 cloths alone, we're getting close to replacing about 80% of the chemicals in your home. So if you are sort of wondering, you know, like about the cost savings and, you know, the just what's the word? Like environmental impact of these 2 cloths. It's going to reduce the amount you spend in the store by hundreds. It's going to reduce the plastic bottles that you throw away and all those chemicals that you spray around your house. Guys, they are literally just poisons, okay? I mean, cancer rates have gone from 1 in 8,000 in the past like 70 to 100 years to 1 in 2.65. All right, we spray chemicals around our home, we inhale them, we eat them, they land on our skin, and we absorb anything we touch with our skin in 26 seconds, okay? So, 2 cloths, we're going to eliminate about 80% of that in your home. And a tremendous amount of your grocery bill. Okay, so then we come to product number 3. These are filthy. Product number 3 is going to be your dust mitts, okay? So dust mitts, they're kind of goofy, right? I know I saw these and I thought, I don't want these. And if you're looking at me right now and going like, what is she about to do? You know, we're going to find out together. And I never always like know where a demo is going, guys. So I'm going to just find the dust, okay? So I know that Jennifer is going to be really going to try hard not to let me find her dust, but I did tell her not to clean, so I can tell she did not keep my warning. But we did. We found your dust. Okay.
It's just my vacation.
Okay, guys, but even though I was just dusting, does anybody see a dust cloud following me around? Does anybody, do you guys see the little dust motes floating in the air? Great. So this is what's awesome about the dust mitts. You rub them together before you get going, you get a little static charge in there, and they're just gonna suck up all that dust, hang on to it, and there's no dust cloud. So when you dust, it literally stays dusted for weeks, okay? So that's the magic of the dust mitt. It's the fastest, easiest, most effective dusting you've ever done, and you just have to use it one time to fall in love with it. And usually at this point, somebody in the crowd is like, oh my gosh, so true. Oh. Okay, so all right, then we're through that. Now, on to number 4. Number 4 is called the Norwex cleaning paste, okay? This little tub of cleaning paste will last an average home. Norwex tells us about 4 years. However, I have been doing this 8.5 years, and it is very rare that I see a customer get to the bottom one. I have a customer who runs a professional kitchen adjacent to her home, and she uses one thing of cleaning paste between the 2. She's had hers for 3 years, and it's about halfway gone. So, like, she uses it daily. Okay, so guys, I'm telling you, this got a lot of miles in this puppy. And this is going to be for anywhere where you need something more than cloth and water. Think stovetop, oven door, tile grout, dirty sneakers, pit stains, baseball pants. Like, this is going to be your go-to. I had a customer get blue nail polish out of her new white rug with this cleaning paste. It is really not recommended for every single surface, so test in an inconspicuous spot. But for now, let's go open up Hostess's oven and find out what we can clean in there. Ah, so fast, so crazy, wow. Okay, so, all right, and now we're all the way to number 5. So remember, I said number 1 was really slow, but the rest of them go really quickly, okay? Number 5, you guys, is the Norwex laundry detergent. We call it Ultra Power Plus, and it is a powdered laundry detergent. Norwex also does make a liquid and a strip, like a sheet, but personally, like the frugal mother of 4 in me, I'm the powder girl, okay? The laundry detergent powder, you're going to use about a teaspoon for a large load of laundry. That's going to come in at about 16-ish cents a load, compared to pretty much whatever you're buying in the store for a large load is going to cost about 40 cents a load. Okay, so we're talking close to like a third of the cost of regular laundry detergent. And I know sometimes it feels like when you switch to something like this, it's going to be an expensive switch, but it is not. A full-size bag of this laundry detergent lasts my family almost 6 months. And we don't just use it as laundry detergent. A teaspoon of it will also make a full-size, like 16-ounce bottle of spray cleaner that you can use just as a versatile cleaner all around your home. You can use it on carpets. You can use it on the like hood vent and the microwave where it gets really greasy, from the stovetop and things like that. It cleans makeup brushes. It does jewelry. It will go in your rug doctor. It has a 1,000,001 uses. It is incredibly, incredibly affordable and amazingly versatile. And like I said I had 4 kids. I homeschooled these 4 kids, okay? Like I need the other things in my life to be as simple as possible. Okay, so this as a mom, this is a must for me. Okay, so really quick I'm going to talk about caring for your cloths. Number 1, you're going to wash them in Norwex laundry detergent, okay? And if you're like, do I have to? Yeah, yes. I used to tell people like, no, you can try something else, just don't, all right? Let's not. You're not going to find something cheaper that works harder and does better and takes care of your cloths. Your cloths are an investment. They are a tremendous lifetime savings, but they are an upfront investment. I want you to take care of them and give them the longevity that is possible by using the correct detergent, okay? And in this detergent, I don't want you just using it on your Norwex, I want you using it on everything, okay guys? Because remember what we talked about with your skin in 26 seconds? That goes for your laundry detergent too, okay? And I will say, like an average laundry detergent, guys, has 17 harmful chemicals in it. 17 harmful chemicals that you're wearing on your skin, in your bed sheets, in your bath towels. It's touching you literally 24 hours a day, okay? Rule number 2. Rule number 2 is you're going to wash your Norwex in hot. That's how our little fibers open up and get clean, okay? Like the way that we wash it at the end of the day in hot. You're going to wash it on a hot load with a low lint load of laundry, okay? So just really don't wash with your cotton towels. I like to wash mine with sheets or I have kids that play soccer and basketball, so I wash with all their swishy stuff, yoga pants, this kind of thing, stuff like that. They can tolerate a hot wash. It's not going to be hurt by going in with your microfiber. And rule number 3 is never ever again, if you guys just take one lesson home from this demo tonight, I want it to be that you are never going to use dryer sheets or fabric softeners ever again. Okay, they are the most toxic thing in your entire home. An average fabric softener or dryer sheet has about 800 chemicals in it. These chemicals are not tested for human safety, combinations are not tested for human safety. And again, you're exposing to yourself to it, your lungs, your skin, which is your largest organ, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that goes for not just yourself, but your entire family, okay? So instead, we're gonna make the switch to dryer balls, okay guys? Dryer balls, I love because they take the place of our fabric softeners, but for me, guys, I am extremely frugal and I love math, okay? These are going to save an average family about $15 a month off the electric bill. They cost $29.99. They have a 2-year warranty. My first set lasted me 6.5 years, and I only had to get a second one because I taught my kids how to do laundry, and they lost the first set. Okay, but the way that they're gonna give you that savings is because in the dryer they do this, and they fluff up. Dinner and a show. So they fluff up your clothes in the dryer, and they are going to help your clothes dry more quickly. Because you guys ever hear the clothes going around in the dryer? It's going thunk, 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 and you're like, those jeans are all tied together and big knot in there. You know, this is going to help fluff them up. It's going to reduce your dryer time, and it's going to help you take the best possible care of your cloths. Because again, we are never ever using fabric softener or dryer sheets on those, and please, please, never ever again in your home. Okay. So that is the basics, but we are going to really quick talk about the mop system because it is kind of the crown jewel of the Norwex system, okay? So you're going to make your mop mouth height. Are you guys ready for this? This isn't mine. Is this thing on?
I don't say that I should.
You should.
Totally.
I got it from you. Okay. All right, guys. You do want to make your mouth height because then you can sing Whitney Houston, you know, all around the house while you're cleaning. But also, when your mop is mouth height, here's a little magic trick for you guys. It is ergonomic, especially for your body. Okay. So, if you're short and you've mopped, or if you're tall and you've mopped, or if you're just a human being who doesn't have a mop, it's exactly the size of the height of your own mouth, then you might have experienced the feeling of like, you know, my shoulder's gonna pop out of its socket, or my elbow hurts, or I threw my back out, or I'm sweating, and why is this so hard, and I hate to mop. Has anybody just given up mopping? Anyone? Okay, yeah, this is real. This is a real thing that real people do, guys. I'm gonna tell you the real truth of my real life. I gave up mopping. Okay, I had quit, And when Norwex came to my neighborhood, my neighbors were knocking on my door about this mop, going, "It's gonna change your life." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, don't mop, not possible." And I had given up. I had owned every mop. After I mopped, my experience was that my floors were sticky, streaky, did not look better than they did when I started. Sometimes looked worse, definitely felt worse, and I was exhausted. So it was just a hard task for me. So I gave up mopping. So when I was told that this mop would change my life, I was skeptical would be putting it nice. Okay, I'm just here to send the message forward. The mop's going to change your life. All right, this from a woman who hates to clean and doesn't mop. This mop is a game changer. Okay, so I've got my dry mop pad on here. The dry mop pad is just a dust mitt for your floor. I have my mop offset because when my mop is offset this way, I can go around the edge of the room and I can get the baseboards as I go, and when I go under the toe kick in the kitchen there, it gets all of this cobwebs that you don't want to get up close and personal with, and it just grabs all of that right up, and we're just gonna, oh my gosh, look at everything we got. You know, I'm gonna use my rubber brush. Oh wow, oh my gosh, I'm just putting it right back on the floor. No, somebody freak out. Okay, it's okay, look. Okay, here we go. And then after dry mopping, you're gonna come back and grab your wet mop pad. So guys, I dry mop a couple times a week. I wet mop maybe once a week or every other week, depending on if it's soccer season or not. So, okay, wet mop pad, wet with water, go with the floor. Guys, it is the fastest you have ever mopped a floor in your entire life. Actually, does anybody in the room have a Norwex mop system? Oh, okay. Is it the fastest you've ever mopped? It is, guys. I'm talking, when I say cut your mopping time in half, I mean that is at least, okay? Becomes an actually enjoyable chore because there's no footprints, no stickiness, no streaks. Your floors feel freakishly clean. I have had several customers use the phrase, "My floors are like freakishly clean." Like, I know. I understand what you're saying. Okay, so we do have a saying about the Norwex mop system. Okay, guys, it's a little cheesy, but here's my commercial, all right? There's 3 ways to get a Norwex mop system. If you're just looking at that going, "Yeah, I better have that." Yes, you better. All right, number 1, you can buy a Norwex mop system. It is worth every penny, and it will pay for itself a billion times over. Do you guys know, and I checked this math personally, that if you are using a Swiffer system, in the 5 years that this mop is warranted for, you will spend $2,000 on pads and whatever chemical juice mix that comes with that thing. Okay, that math is real. Okay, that's actual math. So you can buy it. It's a tremendous savings. It's a lifesaver. You will love it. I will sleep well. You will sleep well. Everybody's happy. Or I would rather you host a party. Okay, most of my hosts get their mop systems for free and then some, but at very least they get their mop system for half price. Okay. Here's the deal, you guys. You have people in your life who think that they're like using the chemicals in their home, and they think that they're benefiting their family, because that's the messaging that is out there for people, is this is how you take care of your family, is by using chemical cleaners in your home. When in reality, guys, it's for real. For every one, I'm going to call them bad bugs, bacteria, viruses, things like that. For every one bad bug that you kill out here in the world with those chemical cleaners at home, you kill 2 good bugs from your own immune system. Okay, you're doing your body a 2-to-1 harm all the time. So your friends are at home cleaning their house, thinking they're doing their best for their family, but they're really impeding their family from living in vitality and perfect health. Okay, so hosting a demo is just a tremendous gift to your friends and family. All right, number 3. I got that mop system. It's 8 years old. I got it 8.5 years ago when I joined Norwex. The mop still, to this day, comes for free in the Norwex kit. Guys, Norwex, when I joined 8.5 years ago, we were in 2% of homes, and today we are in 3% of homes in the United States, okay? People don't know about Norwex. They don't understand that you can clean without chemicals, and we are most definitely looking for people to carry this mission forward. So if you are sort of tired of saying, you know, "Oh, we'll take that trip next year," or "It's going to have to be the new kitchen remodel next year," or "Well, this year we've got to, you know, the kids are going to play travel soccer, so I guess that we'll do blank next year." If you've been putting your life on hold for a really long time, I just want to tell you that it's okay to say yes to you, and that I'm looking for two kinds of people in this world: people who want to make some money or save the world. If you fall into either of those categories, maybe we should talk about you joining the team. Okay, and really not just our mop system, but pretty much everything I've showed you guys so far tonight is free in the Norwex starter kit. Okay, guys, we're gonna play a little game. All right, I like games and I like fun, and yeah, we're gonna play a game. Okay, so the game tonight is called the 3-minute game. Okay, and it is 3 minutes to think of any question you can about my job as a Norwex consultant. Okay, so nothing is rude. Okay, guys, I'm from upstate New York. People there are rude. And y'all sweet Virginia ladies, because that's where I live, don't know how to be rude. I mean, it's really adorable that you guys think you could, but you can't. So you can ask me any question. Nothing's off the table. Did I get you? Okay. All right. And so that's what people do. And so, okay. So you can ask me. I don't know. Get creative. Nothing's off the table. Okay. I'm gonna set a 3-minute timer. And all right, ready? And nothing's rude. Are you good? Do you have a good question? It's a free for all, and I'm gonna give away prizes that you're gonna want. Ready, set, go.
How much money do you make?
Oh, that's a really good one. Okay, Norwex consultants, all consultants, new consultants, old consultants, all of us make 35% commission. An average Norwex party is approaching $700 nationwide, so it's about $240 commission per party for an average consultant. I personally average more like $350 per party, and I work about 2 nights a week.
How much time do you spend each week preparing and working?
I personally try to work about 20 hours a week, but when I started, I did 5 hours a week or less my whole first year. My second year was more like 10. My third year was more like 15. I love to cap out at 20. When I have a good assistant, I can work only 20. Right now, my assistant is my teenage son, and so I'm putting in closer to 25, if we're all being honest with you.
So because you're a Norwex consultant, is your house perfectly clean all the time?
I love that question.
I got that question at a
Always
party.
People ask me that all the time, and oh my God, no! Did you not hear me say? Did you not hear me say I have 4 children and I homeschool? They don't leave the house, guys. They are just trashing the place all the time. It's no. I live in probably the dirtiest house on my street.
Do you get a car?
Do we get a car? I love that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a really fun fact. Norwex I do get a car bonus every month. Once we reach a certain title in senior leadership, we get a car bonus at a certain level, and then we can achieve a higher car bonus, and that is the one I'm currently earning. Norwex just gives us the bonus in cash, and we can choose to do whatever we wish with it. But yeah, what's nice is, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but like if you're a Mary Kay lady and you get a car, that lease is in your name, and if you're not paid a title, and guys, I am awesome what I do, but I am not paid a title every month, so I just get a diminished version of my bonus. But if I was with Mary Kay and they bought me a car, I would have an $800 car payment the month that I didn't get paid a title. So, so that's a little harsh, right?
How much do products cost you?
So I make 35% commission. I get a 35% discount, but it is a Norwex leader, as somebody who's building the team. I do earn some months close to probably $1,000 a month of free product, besides being paid generously in commission. So I haven't bought anything you see here or personal care for my home in many years.
Is there a monthly minimum that you have to sell?
No, but Norwex does have a quarterly minimum. Our quarterly minimum is $250. Consultant price on that is about $162. So really, you could just stock your own home, and that is a reality.
What does it cost to get started?
It's free. Everything you guys saw me demo tonight comes for free in our starter kit.
Why do you do this?
Why do I do it? I am going to tell my whole story in just a second.
What's an average party?
How long is this timer? My average party is, personally, I can average at least $1,000 per party, well, in sales. And so for me, that's about $350 in commission. Okay, guys, so I'm going to ask my hostess to tear these tickets up for me.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Okay, and, okay, guys, I always tell my story at every party. I'm gonna try to tell it really fast, but I think it helps people understand why I'm here and like having the best time at this party, even though I'm the one who's at work. So this is my little Y binder, you guys. I made it back when I joined Norwex, and it was the only extra binder in our home, and I didn't like have the money to go buy a different one. So now I just keep it because I love it. But these are my 4 children, and this is what they looked like back when I joined Norwex. They were little kids. Okay, now they're not so little. At my house, we have a boy, a boy, a boy, and then a girl. And when I started, I used to say a boy, a boy, a boy, a girl. And now I'm like, okay. Anyway, and when I first saw this demo, I will tell you that the question that came home with in my head was, could I do this and also do this? Because this is really fleeting, you know. So I'm about that soccer mom life, and so I just didn't want anything that could interfere with that. Guys, Elizabeth will work for travel. Okay, this is out of date. I have not updated this. I used to update it every year. I got a little lazy, but we do have trips that we earn at Norwex, and I earn every trip because I told you already I'm awesome. So anyway, okay. And here's the real reason. The real reason that I like woke up this morning excited to come do this party tonight is because of Maisie. So I said, boy, 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 girl. Okay. Oh, thank God, right? We could be done. Like my husband got fixed immediately. Like she was out, and he was like, okay, here we go, and closed the factory. And when Maisie was born, she was this 10-pound baby. And if you're wondering what would that be like, it's like I've been described as the snake that swallowed the elephant. It's grotesque and not attractive at all. But she came out this amazingly healthy baby, and I don't know if y'all have ever had a 10-pound baby, but if you have a 10-pound baby, they're like way ahead of their milestones, right? They're like 3 months old. They're like, she laughed before she was 1 month old. She was just so far ahead, sleeping through the night before she was 2 months old. Like she was just the perfect baby in perfect health. She was like our magnum opus. And around 3 months old, Maisie's health very quickly, very rapidly began to deteriorate. By the time she was 4 months old, she literally did not have a full patch of skin the size of a dime, from the top of her head to the tip of her toes. So by 5 months old, we were hospitalized. They diagnosed her failure to thrive. They did not think that she would live. Her blood work was so off that they diagnosed her with an extremely rare form of leukemia. They wanted to start radiation. And I was like, I'm going to take my baby home now. And I refused to start radiation, which was a whole other set of problems. However, by the time she was 6 months old, we were able to get to the root of what was going on with her. And it was just what I knew from the start, which is why I refused the radiation therapy, is that she had horrific food allergies. I knew it. I could see it nursing her, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and I was cutting things out, and it just was progressing and not getting better. So by the time she was 6 months old and we finally got this answer that she was allergic to everything, she was back to her birth weight. Okay, she literally could count every bone in her body. She was actively dying. She was going dead behind the eyes. I mean, we were watching her die. So we get the answers that she has food allergies, but she didn't have regular food allergies. She very literally became allergic to every food I ate the entire 6 months that I nursed her. Every ingredient of every food I ate, my kid is literally deathly allergic to. And it's like a novel, okay? I mean, it's like pages and pages of stuff that she's allergic to. Regular things that no kid has ever been allergic to before, like peas and pomegranates and grapefruit and potatoes and avocados. Like everything you can imagine. My kid can't eat, and she has lost all of this weight and is on the verge of starving to death, and we can't feed her food. So it was a long road out of that, and that was sort of consuming my life. And this is the time that my neighbors decide to join a Norwex cult and come knocking on my door and be like, "This mom is gonna change your life," and I'm like, "Get the hell out of here! My baby's gonna die!" I'm like, so you know, like I wasn't ready to receive the message, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I'm doing all the work that I can to dig our life like out of this hole. And what we learned in the meantime is that what Maisie was actually suffering with was an extraordinary yeast issue. So yeast on the outside of our body looks like eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, but on the inside of our bodies, it will bore through your intestinal wall and create what we call leaky gut. Now your food is in your bloodstream and your body's creating antigens, that's not the word. Antibodies, thank you. Your body's creating antibodies and just attacking itself when you're eating food. And that was going on with her on a huge scale. Okay, and yeast is ever prevalent, you guys, in our lives and ever increasing. So when you have lunch with a friend and they're like, oh, I don't have gluten anymore. Oh, I don't do dairy anymore. Oh, I can't have this anymore. Oh, I don't do that anymore. It is because our sensitivities are just growing and growing because Americans are experiencing leaky gut at like a tremendous pace. And part of that is because our homes harbor so much yeast. We have a diet that really encourages a lot of yeast, but our homes harbor a ton of yeast. And in our house, it's in our kitchen towels, hand towels, bath towels, washcloths, things like that. Okay, so I didn't know that until my neighbors developed a coup and tricked me into going to a Norwex party. They got my husband involved. Like there was a whole coup, and I get to this party, and there's a consultant there who essentially tells my story. And I'll tell you guys, I don't believe that anybody ends up at like the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, like to say that I was meant to be at that party, I was like the understatement of the century, and I just want you to know that like I absolutely believe I meet every person for a reason. So maybe you just needed a night out. Guys, that's why my husband like was involved in the coup, really. I mean, he was also like, do you think that she would clean things if she went to this party? But I mean, I needed a night out badly, and I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent. I was depressed in a very severe way. When you have an actively dying baby, it is horrific, and my husband worked out of town a lot back then, and I was homeschooling 3 little boys and just alone a lot, and had a lot, like just the weight of the world on my shoulders. And you guys, I went out to this party. There was like cheesecake bites and people there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm also a human being. Like, so guys, this is another reason to host a party, because you just don't know what friend of yours honestly just needs a night out with other human beings. Okay. I came home from that demo with my catalog. And guys, this is a test, and I really do say this at parties. This is a really good test to find out if your husband is a dick or a nice guy. Okay, your husband is going to have 2 questions for you when you come home tonight. The first one should be, did you have a nice day? Okay, if your husband's a nice guy, this is the order the questions are going to come in. If they're opposite, we've got a problem. Okay, and the second question is, how much did you spend? So here I come in. Did you have a good time? I'm like, yes. He's like, how much did you spend? I'm like, I didn't buy anything yet. And he's like, is that rude? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I think we need the whole catalog. And he's like, okay, like how much money are you talking about? And I was like $2,000. Like I need everything in this catalog. And he's like, is there like an or like what are you gonna say next? And I was like, I think I'm gonna join Norwex. And my husband, guys, if you would have bet me $1 billion the morning I woke up that day that I was gonna join a direct sales company and this was gonna be like my life, I would have been like, make it $2 billion. I'm never gonna do that ever. And here I am, like with bells on, because we switched our entire home to Norwex. I joined that weekend. We switched our home over, and in 2 weeks, my kid had a complete sense. In 2 years, she had erased all of her food allergies. Okay, remember how we talked about you kill one bad bug here, you kill 2 here? When you eliminate that backwards process, your body can actually heal, okay? Can experience true healing, all right? But now she's 9 years old and she does not have childhood asthma. Guys, you have over a 90% chance of having severe childhood asthma when you have infant eczema, especially the way that she did. So she lived in a house without chemical asthmagens. And just so you know, an average classroom, a child is exposed to 6 chemical asthmagens a day. Okay? So, all right, here we go. You guys ready to draw for some prizes? Okay, just make it up. Okay, guys, here are the prizes that I'm going to draw tonight. I'm going to draw for 2 of my favorites. Okay, I'm going to draw for a scary sponge. This is just, there's nothing really special about it. People are like, wow, what does it do? It just washes the dishes, okay? But it will never, ever stink. You will never pick it up and smell your hand later and go like, blah! Okay, like you're not going to have that experience. It'll last you about 3 months. They usually come in a 2-pack. 2-pack should last you 6 months. And I'm also going to draw for a kid size, like a sample size version of our face and body cloth. Guys, this is all I have used to wash myself, head to toe, for the past 7 years, and it's all I've used to wash my face for about 8.5 years. And guys, just so you know, I do an entire skin school demo tonight. We did the home, but I do skin school demos as well. So if home cleaning isn't your speed, I get you. And you would rather do a skin school demo that's more of a spa type of feel and theme with your friends and family and learn that, then some of you guys book household parties and some of you guys can book spa parties, and we'll have some fun with some new information too. So these are two of my favorites. These are going to be the things I draw for. And first winner is last 3 digits.
198.
198. What is it gonna be? What's it gonna be? All right. Okay. Next winner.
191.
Was it all right?
191.
All right.
Alright.
Here we go. Okay, you guys. All right, we're just about finished up. Stick with me one more second, okay? When I'm gonna pass out catalogs in a second, but stay with me, guys. When you spend $150 tonight, you're gonna get to go home with a little 3-pack of our paper towel replacers. We call them counter cloths. They sit on the counter. They're the size of a selected size paper towel. You use it, you rinse it out, you hang it over the thing. Look, now it's a chateau. Oh. Okay, and my next hosts are gonna go home with these cute little bags. Okay, we've got a mini enviro cloth, a mini window cloth, and a mini face and body cloth in here. So if you're like, I have to try it all tonight, yeah, you should host a party. Okay, all of your hosting info is in the middle here, and I will walk you through how to invite a few friends over and just share this with people. But not only that, guys, it gets better. When you host a party, I am gonna bring you another one of my favorites that we're not really gonna talk about, but it's called a bathroom scrub mitt. Scrubby side breaks down your soap scum, microfiber side sanitize, cleans a tub ring in like 20 seconds flat, and maybe a stall shower in 45 seconds. So thank you for hosting tonight, Jennifer.
Oh, it was my
That's
pleasure.
just a little gift for you. And hold on, should I do the dice game or not?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I actually do have one more game. Do you guys have the patience for one more game? Yeah? Okay, let's play, we're almost done, but let's play one more game. All right, here we go. Let me get out my game here. Okay, I'm gonna play with this after. Okay, guys, so here's how the game goes. All right, it's called the dice game, and this is a game of chance and honor. Okay, so I've got 2 dice, and I've got 11 cards because with 2 dice you can only roll 11 different numbers. Sometimes I have to figure that out. I'm gonna have you roll, and I'm gonna give you a little envelope. And inside every envelope, there's 11 of them. Okay, says something on the cards. All right, 5 of them say win a prize. And you can go home with one of our little posty envelope things without even the commitment of booking a party. Just get all those little samples, okay? Or the other 5 say book a party, okay? So you are taking a 50-50 shot almost at booking a party, except one of them says grand prize. And I have another bathroom scrub it with me for whoever pulls grand prize. So let me ask you, what do you think? Do you want to play?
Oh, of course.
Okay, all right, here we go. Give them a roll. All right, 9. Okay, hold on. We can do it. 9, perfect. All right, don't open it yet, okay? Okay, guys. Next up. 4. Here we go. All right, don't open it yet. 5. Okay, I already saw 5. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Guys, and my kids help me with these sometimes. Oh, sorry, I don't know. Okay, 7. Here we go. Okay.
No, I don't know.
You're not gonna. I get it. I feel ya. Okay, 5. Try again. Here. Okay, harder. All right, great. You rolled 6. Oh, yes. Yeah. You got. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Don't open it yet. Don't. Okay, you rolled.
But I don't know anybody to invite to a party.
Oh, okay. I understand. Guys, here's the deal. Don't open them yet, okay? Here's how this works. If you are not much of a gambler and you're like, this girl is a blast and my friends are gonna freaking love this demo, obviously, you can hand me your card and say, you know what? I just want to book a party. When you do that, I will bring you the grand prize, which is our bathroom scrub it when I do your party. You go home with the gift tonight, and you get me. So you get literally the best of everything when you just book a party. So, all right, here we go. Here we are.
Invite me.
All right, thanks. Oh, here. Okay, yay. All right, look at that, you guys. Look at that. Okay, and then you would go through, and I'll just say, okay, guys, we'll sit down when we check you out. I'll get a date on the calendar with you guys. La la la. And then I would go through, and I would have everybody open, and we would go down that. And I would remind people, okay, we'll sit down and check out. We'll compare our calendars. We'll sit down and check out. We'll compare our calendars. Okay, so
Grand prize.
I want the grand
and I actually brought prizes for this, but they're not in this bag either. So wherever my swabs are, that's where they are. Yeah.
You need swaps.
They were, but that would have been good. Okay, guys, so last thing that I'm going to say tonight is stick with me for just 2 seconds while you open your catalogs, okay? So I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to pass out your catalogs. I'm going to have you open it to where you see your order form in the back there, okay? All right, so if you are new to Norwex, I want you to start there on that right-hand page. The right-hand top of the page has the Safe Haven 5 demo that I went through tonight. It doesn't come in the wonderful box anymore because Norwex is going even more green, but that is a great place to start. However, below it, you'll see what we call the Safe Haven Plus package. That comes with all the things I showed in the Safe Haven 5, plus that sponge that never stinks, plus a 3-pack of our face and body cloth. Okay, you guys? So that is my favorite place for people to start. But if you get it, if you're like, Elizabeth, I get it, all right? At the bottom is a package with all the Just Add Water. Okay, you guys? That is going to be your one-stop home switch. And when you purchase that package, I will add a little mini cleaning paste to your order. Or I either offer that or face and body pack, and I just say whatever I'm in the mood for. Okay, guys? I will add blank to your order when you choose that large package. Guys, I'm gonna go sit with the snacks now, and I'm just gonna sit at the table just over in the next room. I would really love it if everybody would come to me one at a time, okay? I just wanna give everybody a couple minutes of personalized service. I wanna thank you guys so much for listening to me talk all evening. I know I talk a lot. I tried to be quick, I lied. I knew it when I started, you guys believe me. But you did listen to me talk all evening. I wanna take a couple minutes to service each person individually and figure out what we need for your home, for your budget, and for your friends and family. Okay, so I'll be in the next room, and if you have questions, I'm here for it. All right, guys, thank you so much. That's